Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. I have a Fortnite figure here. This is Elite Agent, a female figure from a 4-pack set, which I've been fortunate enough to pick up loose here in China. There's a couple of figures I got from that set, and I think I've got them all that I wanted. So let me open her up, have a look. Now she's a typical sort of Fortnite looking figure. If you haven't got any Fortnite figures, I do recommend them because they are very durable. They are proper toys. They've got such huge variety, great for customs, decent articulation for what they are, and they're relatively cheap. In fact, very cheap considering what the current cost of some of the 1/18 scale figures are. Okay, so she looks really nice, to be fair. A little bit cartoony in the face, that can be repainted. No effort in the top of the hips here in terms of paintwork. Sculpt is good. She is got womanly hips, sort of almost like a sports bra compressed breast area, but she's got a breastplate armor there, which sort of gives it that impression. Very nice sculpt. Decent looking helmet, sort of special forces sort of looking helmet. Good boots. And you've got one sort of metal shin pad on the left, nothing on the right. Let's give you a closer look. You can see there's no paint apps on this, which is a bit of a shame. But she looks proper decent. And I'm not sure if this is what she comes with normally. There's some sort of a shotgun, some sort of harvesting tool, and this green, building material. I quite like the wood and the metal ones, not really the green so much. In need of a repaint. Okay, so articulation, quite a high neck. So she have a good left and right. There's a sort of a tiny side to side. Down is phenomenal. Look at that, very, very good. And up is amazing. Very, very good as well. Shoulders, it all depends on these shoulder pads if they'll fit underneath the shoulder section or not. And they oh no, the left one does. Look at that. The right one is struggling. I might be tempted to shave that down. It can do it. There we go. But it's not easy. The problem is if I repaint that will scrape off straight away every time on both sides. I'll be tempted to sand that down or cut the shoulder slightly bigger. So that was pretty decent. I wasn't expecting quite that high with the pads on. Now bicep bend is the usual problem on Fortnite figures. There are exceptions. Some do have decent 90 degrees and maybe a bit more, but most don't. She looks like she might achieve more than 90 maybe, or 90. So just about 90 on the left and same on the right. Decent. They have trunk, so she can turn on the trunk, dip forwards and backwards and side to side. And they have waist, which is great. Hips, not as far as some, but still is pretty decent. Forwards, not great. Backwards, not great. Double kneecap, but the sculpt normally gets in the way. But this one is a bit of an exception because she gets really tight on that. There is a thigh twist. The arms can turn from the bicep, wrists turn, and wrists both have this flexation on both sides. Come down to the feet. Now I do have issue with the Fortnite feet because they don't do this. So they can turn like this, which is great, but there's no turn like this unless you turn from the actual thigh. Tippy toes, yeah, look at that. She's going to be ballet with the best of them. The dorsal flexation, the Michael Jackson tee stretch. Let's have a look. Not great, but it's acceptable. Pretty damn cool. I like her. I really like her. I wouldn't mind picking up another one of her, but I am going to have to be repainting that head because that's a bit too cartoony now. And also this thigh. This is really annoying me that these thigh parts here aren't painted. It's almost like you could almost paint them flesh and make these tights, and they'd be like a hot version, you know, or you know, paint them a different color. I don't know. And also the Plastic feels a bit different, maybe because there's no paint on there, I don't know. Okay, let's get us standing up. Stand up. No drinking on duty. There we go. Let's try it in a couple of poses. Normally Fortnite figures are pretty good to pose, depending on which one. Because especially with this sort of trunk and waist articulation, straight away, no problem in that. Pretty damn cool. And she can go quite extreme, I think. Can she do this pose off correctly if I put her hands forwards? Not quite, it seems. The first one's about the limit. Oh no, tell her, there she go. That's not too bad. Kneeling down is not the easiest one for Fortnite. And for her, let's have a look. If you turn the leg to the side, she can do it, but because her legs don't go very forwards, look how far leaning back she is. You want her to be more upright here. You know, so you know, not too bad for posing, not as good as obviously Acid Rain World and Joy Toy. Speaking of which, I'm going to compare her to Joy Toy and Acid Rain now. And I'm going to compare it to Joy Toy female figures. Let me see. These ones here I've reviewed recently, and I'll stick in my series of videos. These are absolutely phenomenal. I love these figures so much. Particularly this one here. In fact, I might need a gun for now, so put the gun down. So let's get an idea of comparison for height now. Acid Rain are getting slightly bigger, it appears. So they will obviously, they should be towering over both, not towering, but being taller than both of these. So compared to the Joy Toy, she is a touch shorter, but don't let that put you off because she scales well. In fact, pretty well. You could almost even paint her up to match into these guys, and she look pretty damn cool. If I use another Joy Toy, which this is what Grace Anna, and I'll stick her in such the videos as well with his exo armor here. Get her standing up upright. Another cool figure. I do like the exo armor, it looks amazing, but let me rephrase that. I love the look of the exo armor, but it's not great with the posing. Again, she's a touch shorter, but still scales well. And then lastly, the Acid Rain, he's going to tower over all of them, or be taller than all of them. In fact, if I stick him next to her, actually, that's a lie, he's not towering, he still scales very well. So they all can work together very, very nicely. I do like her a lot. For if you're after a cheap military figure and you can pick her up loose, fantastic. She may be released as a single figure in the future. Looks great, bit of a repaint, particularly on the face. Can you see the eyes and the bit cartoony? And she'll look really, really nice. I would be tempted. Let me have a look at her wrists again. So backwards, pretty good. Downwards, pretty good. Should be the same on both sides. But as I said, I would be tempted, or rather I'm going to probably take the arms out and cut around the inside, shave off around the inside of the shoulder area, so these go in with less resistance or no scrape, because the scrape is what's going to remove any paint you paint on there. So that's so stiff when I do it, it pulls her body off. Simple construction, but very effective on these Fortnite figures. So yeah, I'll probably be shaving inside there. I don't want to shave the shoulder pads because I think they're quite nice with you can see the decent texture with these sort of uniform holes there. So I don't want to sort of cut that off. I'd rather shave the inside and see if that will make much difference. And because the joints are semi-ratcheted anyway, it's not relying on the friction of the rubbing on the shoulder to keep it in place. Okay, this is Awesome Action Toys. I'm signing out saying please like, share and subscribe. I'll be back soon with more Awesome Action Toy videos for you. Check out my other videos because there are loads of them for you to see. full of great content with mostly 1/18 scale, but other scales too of action toys for you guys. Take care, stay happy. Bye-bye.